listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day, because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's fiscal.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at fiscal.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, fiscal.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, fiscal.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works. You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, fiscal.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at fiscal.com.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at fiscal.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, fiscal.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's fiscal.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Inflation has been a global problem because the pandemic disrupted our supply chains and Putin's unfair and brutal war in Ukraine.
Inflation has nothing to do with Putin, and it's unbelievable. Inflation, they keep saying how inflation has to do with consumer spending. They blame it on you, the consumer. You hear me blaming it on Putin and the war. No, it's not how it works. You know where the worst inflation comes from, and they don't want you to know? Deficits, where the government keeps spending more than the revenues they collect. Because, see, deficits have to be paid down. You got to pay a deficit down. And to pay deficits down, what do? They keep devaluating our dollar, just like what they did in Rome. So it's the deficit that's the problem. And deficits keep increasing. In fact, deficits have quadrupled. So you have to take that deficit that quadrupled. You got to pay it down. And to pay it down, you got to keep printing money. And when you print money, you devalue the dollar, and there's your inflation. I get so tired of hearing how inflation is to blame of the consumer. He's consuming. There's nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. So remember, the next time that you hear that, remember what I said, the major contribution towards our inflation problem is coming from Congress and the Washington swamp. You know, the other day when we had that big rally, 400-point rally, I think it was, Friday, the jobs number, 513, everybody went crazy. Wow, and the market went up. This is it. This is the market now. We're on our way. We got to have this big new rally in tech stocks. And I kept begging people, do not chase those tech stocks. You're going to get hurt. You had to be in those tech stocks the latest January 6th. And January 6th, we picked up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We picked up about 7 tech stocks that we knew going into January, all the shorts would have to cover. November, we picked up one of our best ones, was in November, Broadcom, I think it was. Because we know the business well enough that we have 11 sectors, right? 11 sectors in the market. At the end of the year, whatever's the worst sector, when you change the page to January, the new year, you start buying those stocks because they automatically go up because they have to be, they have to, the shorts have to cover. It's just like we're up about 9% maybe now or 10%, not sure. I always tell my members, let's always buy the spiders when a few days before earnings start, because they always rig the stock market to go up in the very beginning, because that's why they always put the banks first so they can rig them. They're easy to rig. All they have to do is if a bank's supposed to make $2 million, only making $1 million, they go to their set aside for bad loans, shift it over to the bottom line, and they say, oh, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. We didn't make $1 million. We made $2 million. We're sorry. And then the next thing they start doing is bringing in the tech stocks. Everybody goes nuts with tech stocks. I never saw anything like it last week when the tech stocks rallied big time. I mean, I couldn't believe that. 513,000 jobs, and the tech stocks are rallying, and I'm begging. I told my members, do not. If you're not already in these tech stocks, the latest January 6th, stay out of them. Let's sell them now because we're up big. When last Friday we had that big rally, our tech stocks from November and let's say we bought one in November, I think, one in November, one in December, and then 6 in January. So you can't. So let's just understand what's going on. The economy is going to get worse. You cannot hold on to this rally. This tech rally will not hold. It's impossible for this tech rally to hold. The only way the tech rally would hold is if they decide to flip and go back to zero rates. Because, again, deficits keep increasing. You can't keep rolling these deficits over. So they become a real problem for us. But we don't hear that from Congress. We don't hear that from the swamp. See, politicians keep spending. They just want to keep spending. They're like, remember, zero interest rates. They became addicted. Congress became addicted to zero interest rates. And from the zero interest rate addiction, they then become addicted to spending. It'd be easier to take a person who's been addicted to heroin for 14 years and get them to go clean than take Washington, the swamp, the Congress, and say, we want you to go clean. It's been 14 years. You've been addicted to spending. You got to stop spending and stop lying to everybody and saying that the inflation is coming from the spending of the consumer when it's coming from you. And it's coming from the deficits. Now, let's think about this. If Congress does nothing, leaves everything the same, from now to 10 years. Let's take the next 10 years, they change nothing. Do you know, with changing nothing, our interest, our deficit, we're going to have we're going to go up from 1.3 trillion deficit to 2.6 trillion. That's an increase of 88%. How can we, are you kidding? We're going to have an 88% increase in debt if we do nothing. Now, understand this. Let's say they raise rates 1%. Do you really believe that they'd only raise rates 1% over the next 10 years? Well, let's pretend they're going to. Our increase and our deficits are going to go from 1.3 trillion to 3.4 trillion. That means we're going to go from 88% to 161%. Our deficit's going to increase in the next 10 years 161% if they raise rates just 1%. Now, you know they're going to do that. In 10 years, we're not going to have any money left for Social Security. You know, it's amazing how Rome and the United States, where we are today, are so similar. How Rome got destroyed, we're getting destroyed. You would think these congressmen in the swamp would read a little history and stop doing what Rome did. When the Roman Empire, at its peak, was so powerful, the population was 130 million people. 130 million people, and it spread over 1.5 million miles. Their currency was so strong, it consisted of 90% silver. Nobody would fight Rome. They could raise the biggest army. They could pay people unbelievable money. They could buy mercenaries. That's why they're so powerful. So how did they go from so powerful that at the end, the last 50 oligarchs, the last 50 elitists were murdered when the barbarians walked into town because there was no army. These very wealthy oligarchs, they had no money, no value of the money. They couldn't hire a guard. One Roman soldier would cost them $12 million. See, that's why it's going to happen here. You'll see. More when I get back. Let's make some money.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at fiscal.com. That's fiscal.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at fiscal.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Clearly, the economy is doing a lot better than many forecasters, indeed the consensus of forecasters is saying, because consensus continues to be that we're going into a recession. Right. And there's just no sign of that. Right.
Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie.
Do you think the markets have bottomed at this point?
Yes. So I don't see us making a new low in the S&P.
Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie.
We're watching very, very closely, Kelly, and we don't see anything in our data in the United States or in any other big market around the world indicating that the consumer is softening.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. Holy mackerel. The consumer's not softening. Can you believe that? Really? The consumer is really strong. Where do they come up with this stuff? The consumer's not strong. The consumer's hurting big time. First of all, when a consumer had savings, 32% of its disposable income, now it's dropped to 2% disposable income. How could that be good when it drops to 2%? Where are they getting their numbers? It makes no sense. I mean, the consumer is look at the household debt. 16 trillion. Are you kidding me? We have a historic number of people that are working multiple jobs. Those 511,000 jobs were horrible. That was telling us the economy stunk. Why do you think after that first that Friday, when they came out with the 513,000 jobs, we had a big 400-point rally. Then Monday came, opened up and went right down, negative. Tuesday came, and it was down until the afternoon because they were going to have the State of the Union address, and of course, the president didn't want to go to the State of the Union address with a negative market behind him, so they rigged the market. The plunger team pushed it up, and then the next morning the market was down again. So, and this morning, market's down again. But they tried to push up the market this morning, up positive, back down again. Why can't it hold the rally? Well, first thing, as I told you, the deficits are historic. The deficits are terrible. You got to pay these deficits off. When you pay the deficits off, they got to print money. They print money. The dollar becomes even weaker, and that's hurting the consumer. Doesn't have a strong dollar. We have. Not only do we have an inverted yield curve, think about this. They're saying, are things good? What did we just forget about the inverted yield curve? We just checked. The 10-year Treasury's at 3.59. And then you take the 2-year, it's at 4.42. 3 months, 4.7. So let's just do 3.59 for 10 years. That's what you get for interest, 3.59. And if you do 3 months, you get 4.7% interest. What does that tell you when the government's offering you more money in a shorter period of time? When usually they offer you more money, better interest rates in a long period of time. And it means we're in deep doo-doo. We're in deep doo-doo. These people just lie. Oh, they keep saying we're going to have a soft landing. A soft landing? What are you, nuts? Most people don't even know what the hell a soft landing is. In the past 60 years, like I told you yesterday, we had 11 tries for a soft landing. Over 60 years, only 3 were successful soft landings. This one's going to be so hard. Anybody's got false teeth to fall out of their head when this thing lands. Are you kidding me? 1965, 1984, 1994, that's it. That's 60 years. That's all they had was 3 years out of 60. Everything else were hard landings. Are you kidding? This is insane. You got a historic number of people that are working multiple jobs. You got a historic number of people that have 2 full-time jobs. Historic number of people that are working part-time. More disposable income is going to necessities than ever before. What are they talking about? We got a record number of retirees going back to work. Record household debt, $16 trillion. We got record 6 million people behind on their rent. 20 million households are behind on utility bills. And I mean, this is insane. So they turn around and they tell us, and again, talk about the deficits. They've quadrupled. You got to pay these deficits off. That's bad news. And it was bad news that 511 jobs was horrible news. Because Powell is now upset. Powell doesn't want to see 511 jobs. He wants to see no jobs. He wants to see you have no jobs, so you stop spending. He wants everybody get fired so nobody's spending to get inflation down, which is totally stupid. That's a stupid thing rather than cutting expenses. But they're not going to cut expenses. These people in Washington, these congressmen will not cut expenses. They don't want to cut expenses. Look what they spent on pork alone last year. It was insane. Insane. Pork spending, 2022, $20 billion to put their names on libraries, airports, ice skating rinks. Are you kidding? We're broke. Our country's broke. We're broke. If we didn't have a printing machine, we'd be bankrupt. We're broke, for God's sakes. I mean, I don't know where they're getting these numbers. I just don't know where they get the numbers. So, again, if you take a look at our numbers, I mean, we're net at the end of each year. Net, this country as a business is in the hole. In the hole. I mean, and not only are we in the hole, we're losing money, but we have this historic debt. We're not reducing it. The debt keeps on increasing. And look what happened to Rome. We are just like Rome. We're going down the same path as Rome. And what put Rome under was deficits. And that's what's going to put us under. But we're going to make money because we're going to short the market. Short it with us. Join my gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com. You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay It's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Clearly, the economy is doing a lot better.
The economy's doing a lot better. I don't understand what that means. I don't know what that means because I look at the economy every day for my members. I look at the bond market every day for my members, so I know what stocks they have them in. I don't see that. We have an inverted yield curve. We have historic stock valuations. Can you imagine right now, you got people who are going to buy, okay, the S&P. They're willing to pay $19 for every $1 of earnings. Are you out of your mind? You talk about valuations giving you nosebleeds. Who the hell is going to... The institutions aren't buying. The institutions, no, your big hedge funds, your insurance companies, your 401k, no, they're not buying these kind of valuations. They won't even pay $17 for every $1 of earnings. PE ratio should be about 15. But people are out there buying. And you know what they're doing? They're borrowing money to buy stock because they hear these people on CNBC and Fox Business and the rest of it. Everything's great. Everything's wonderful. How many times did we hear that? And then what happened? We had that crash. We had that 38% crash, which we were short, that I told you it was going to crash. How many times did we hear those people on CNBC and Fox tell us how great the market was? The economy was on fire. Remember? Remember all that? Economy's on fire.
The economy is on fire.
Remember that? Then we went down 38%.
This economy is doing really darn well.
And then the market crashed 38%.
To me, we have the strongest economy perhaps I have ever seen.
When he said that, we had the crash of 2018, 2020, 2022, 3 crashes right in a row. And I told you on the first one, on January 16, 2018, this was the end of the 13-year rally. It was over. It was done. Our debt's too high. Our deficits are too high. Inflation's insane. And they're going to stop QE. And they did. They did. But let's get back to it. It's really interesting when you know, if I could just get you to go to my site, philsgang.com, watch my YouTube. It's free. Just go to my YouTube channels. We have these little 1-minute clips. We put up a chart. I mean, just go to those. If anybody wonders, what is the market going to do next? Go to my YouTube channel. Look at those little clips. They last for about a minute. We do a lot of little information in those. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. And why don't you join the gang? Go to my homepage, philsgang.com. Hit where it says get started. You're in the gang for 10 days. During that 10 days, you're going to have access to my color-coded chart, the Pro 2. And by the way, you can go on my homepage, and it says right there, it says how the Pro 2 works, how the Pro 2 works. It's the only chart in the country, it's patented, okay? It's patented, nobody else has it, where it's color-coded. If a stock is going up, it hasn't turned green yet, and all the candlesticks are red, your charts don't show that. Your chart would be up red, the next candlestick would be green, next one would be red, next one green. You don't know what the hell's going on. We designed a chart where it tells you exactly when to get in and when not to get in. For example, if you take Target, we saw people going in there and they started to buy Target, and they're buying Target. at around $144, going up, still buying at $150. But you know when we bought it? We bought Target when it was at $157. We didn't buy it when it was at $140 or $145. And you're thinking, well, why? Wouldn't you have been better off buying it at $147 or $145 rather than buying it at $150? No, because here's how the market works. It's telling us that if we bought that stock, Target, let's say we bought it at $150 a share, or we bought it at $158, we had a high probability of waking up one morning and giving that all back. The chart's telling us there wasn't enough buyers. So the chart showed every candlestick was red. You don't see that with your chart. You don't get that. You don't get that. This is patent. And so when it turned green, I got a higher probability of getting up to 182 by buying it from 159 than you buying it at 141. See, people don't understand how the market works. Again, I'll repeat, on Target, we had a higher probability to reach, let's say 180 from 158 than from 140. You're going, well, gee, yeah, but 140 is less than 159, right? Why wouldn't you get in a lower? Why would I? Because again, the red is telling me that it's a high probability of failing, that the institutions can pull the bid out. So when I get in, I'm comfortable. So I always have a higher probability of winning. You got a lower probability. So, I mean, it tells you what to do. I mean, it's just a good guide. Same thing with Apple. Our gold stock, God, we're up big in our gold stock. Same thing. I mean, it's a great aid. Check it out. If you take, for example, one of our golds, AU, it turned green after being red quite a while. It turned green about $15. And then, okay, it's still green, but she started to sell off. So we knew where to get in and get out in a sweet spot. So we got in at, let's see, it was from $15. We'll say it was $15, and we got out around $19. So that's a 26% return. Now, I didn't care about getting in at $15 and going all the way up to 22. That's a lot of risk. My chart showed me where the highest probability was of not losing money, and it was at 15, and then the sweet spot, they call it, okay, ended right around 18. So, again, we show you and teach you how the market works. Nobody teaches you that stuff. Buy. You know, give me a break. Are you kidding? All right, I'm running out of time here. You know, Rome, we are so much like Rome. The politicians that were in the Senate, okay, the Roman politicians that were in the Senate, they wouldn't cut spending either. They were running large deficits, just like what we're doing. And they did what we did. They said, well, we'll grow our way out. We'll grow our way out of this. And then they ran even larger deficits. Like we have a historic deficit. We're both the same. But here's the problem. Sooner or later, you got to pay down a deficit. You have to pay down a deficit. And how do you do that? You finance those deficits through increase in money. You got to increase your money supply. You got to create money. So what did Rome do? Rome goes in and they increase their money supply. How'd they do that? They took their coins and they took the coin that had 90% silver and they reduced it to 50%. Then they printed a lot more coins. Then they reduced the silver to 5% and they printed a lot more coins. But wait a minute, that wasn't working because the more they took silver out of their coins, the weaker the dollar got. That's exactly what we're doing. The same thing. Same thing. So when the coin had just about 0.5% of silver, prices are going up. Inflation. Prices went up 1,000%. What do you think's going on with us? We are following Rome down that same rat hole. Because Washington doesn't care. The politicians don't care. Because when you go to Washington as a politician, you become very, very wealthy. So what killed Rome is what's killing us. But the inflation is not coming from where they say it is. Inflation's coming from the deficits. But we're being lied to. So we got to be in the right stocks. Join my gang, we'll get you into the right stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake business news network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much. You know, it's amazing they're talking about tax the big corporations. We'll get them. We're for the little guy. We're for the worker. We're for the worker. Really? Listen to this dope.
One of the key messages there, the president underscored it numerous times, and what I just thought was a blockbuster State of the Union last night, was that in order to build on the deficit reduction we've achieved thus far, it's essential that wealthy corporations pay their fair share. No one under $400,000 will see their taxes go up by 1 penny.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Understand the truth. Okay, the truth is, if you join my gang, you're going to have the best education you ever got in the stock market. It's not always about the hot stock. It's about understanding of the market. So check it out. Go there right now, philsgang.com, okay? And remember, 10 days, you don't have to pay a penny. I want to get back to this terrible, terrible lie. Payroll taxes is the burden. For example, if you're going to take a corporation and you're going to raise taxes from, let's say, 30 to 33%, just to give you a number, do you know that the worker, his wages will go down 2%? His wages will drop by 2%. Are you kidding? It's the workers that get hurt when they raise the taxes on corporations, not the CEO. It's the investors, not the CEO. It's the workers. Now, if they really cared for the worker, which they don't, Republicans don't care for the workers. Democrats don't care for the workers. They're only about the team. Remember, Democrats and Republicans, all about the team. What team are you on? It's all about power. They don't care about you, the worker. Why don't we take the payroll tax? First of all, payroll tax is cruel. It's a cruel tax. Who the hell came up with the idea to pay a tax on your labor? Why do you have to pay a tax on your labor? That's a cruel tax. That's unbelievable. 67.5% of taxpayers will owe more in payroll taxes than in income tax this year. You never hear him talk about payroll tax, do you? No, never. Look, everyone's telling you, you hear it. The reason they have those financial TV shows is to get you pumped up, get you to go buy something. That's what it's all about. There's the best place in the world to make money is the stock market. The reason 80% of you lose money in the stock market, because number one, you're looking at too many stocks. They got you all over the place. They're always making up a story why I should be in this stock, why I should be in this sector. I mean, every day, Kramer's got 30 different stocks to look at. If you stay with the same 5 to 6 stocks all year, if you follow us with our same 5 to 6 stocks all year, you'll make money year in and year out. That's how you make money. And also learn when the stock goes back down, you're making money on the way down. To try to make a good return in the stock market, trying to buy a stock only, what are you, nuts? Look at your 401k. They destroy you in your 401k. Even good years in a 401k. You maybe, if you're lucky, on average over 20 years, if you're lucky, maybe you get 5%. But you always get wiped out. You always get wiped out in every correction. You got wiped out in the 2018 correction.
You got wiped out in the 2020 correction? You're getting wiped out in the 2022 correction? Why? You should be making money when the stocks go down. So if you learn how to sell short, what a difference it makes. And you stay with the same stocks because you sit there and you wait till the buy signal comes in. Wait till the buy signal comes in. Remember, it was a month ago, Kramer said, start buying stocks right now. They're going to go nothing but up. What was that thing? He said, they're going to go straight up or something like that. Every stock's going to keep going up. And after Thursday, they're going to go straight up. How'd that work out for the people that listen to him? Look, the biggest problem we got with our economy is debt. The biggest problem is that deficit. Inflation is killing us because the guys in Washington in the swamp, they just won't do what's right. If they would just cut their spending, but they won't, because that's all they know. It'd be easier to get after think about it, we had 13 years, almost 14 years of zero rates. It would be easier to get somebody who's been on crack cocaine for 14 years clean than trying to get a congressman clean who's been addicted for 14 years to zero rates. See, they're so addicted to spending, that's all they know. How do you think they get reelected? Spend. They go home. I built a library. I built a ice skating rink. It's always spend, spend, spend. So if you just zone in, you start investing, take 5, 6 stocks, follow us every day. Myself and Steve and Willie, we hold your hand. We say, okay, here are the stocks. Here's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to add to this or we're not going to add. We're going to take some profits. Let's move our stop. You're not alone. And we sit back and wait to the perfect setup. We call it the sweet spot. And if you go to my website, philsgang.com, and you'll see where it says how Pro 2 works. You'll see it right there. Just click on it. There's a video. That Pro 2 video, I'm telling you, we worked for years to get that thing done. It was really hard because it was set up, the algorithms are all set up to follow the money of the institutions, especially the hedge funds. That's what you follow. You don't follow fundamentals. Who cares about fundamentals? Are gone with QE. We're never going to go back to fundamentals, just like we're never going to go back to 2%. By the way, Powell is going to keep raising rates. He hasn't got a choice. He's going to keep raising rates. And raising rates is killing our earnings. Not one person on these shows, on these fake financial shows every day, not one person have come out yet and said, gee, the earnings are about negative 5%. The earnings for the last quarter of 2022 are negative 5%. Do you know that if this run rate continues, this will be the first time we have seen since 2003 earnings this bad? And they never told you either that the earnings, when they're coming out, they forecast. What you want to hear is the forecast. Stop listening. We beat the street by a penny. We beat the street by a penny. Oh, they beat the street by a penny? Oh, wow, they beat the street by... Who the hell cares they beat the street by the penny? You want to ask them, what's the forecast for the next quarter? What's the forecast? And all those tech stocks you're in and jumping in right now, after we already bought them 20% ago, 18% ago, 12% ago, now you're buying them overpriced. Those tech stocks are all going to tank. It's a short covering rally. That's all it is. Those tech stocks can't hold. There's nothing to hold this market together. And I mean, they're holding this market up by baling wire. I mean, we got a yield. Look at, there's no bottom. We got an inverted yield curve. Stock valuation is through the roof. Margin debt. People, the tourists are boring crazy to buy stocks, and they think they're going to become millionaires in these tech stocks. We got negative discretionary income.
40-year high inflation, 31 trillion national debt, and they're telling you, oh boy, this is setting up for a real nice rally. Join my gang, free, for 10 days. Please, help St. Jude make some money.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.